I will say I'm absolutely stunned by your place. I did see photographs. I did think, oh, this is a lovely spot, but holy August moly, it's so stunning. And you said it was to the beam, and then you kind of extended it to this.
Back out,
Holy moly!
Now, the biggest island in the world.
Now, I was looking at your history. Now, I thought you learned all your skills in prison, but it wasn't prison. It was actually Ballymaloe, 2012. But
similar, leading there for 3 months.
But leading up to Ballymaloe, was there a kind of plan? Was it just that you liked cooking?
I always wanted to cook.
Right.
But I was never allowed. My parents were like, you have to go to university. So I did commerce in UCD, and then I was in marketing for years.
Right.
And my dad got me into a restaurant in town one day to, for work experience. I think he was trying to turn me off the whole idea. And I came out, he collected me at midnight, and I was like, I love that, Dad, it was great. So eventually they knew that, I wasn't going to back down. But I worked in marketing for years. But eventually in 2004, I went down to Ballymaloe, did the 3-month certificate course down there.
Right.
And took a full year out of my job, worked in Avoca and Kilmac.
You did Brambles as well. And
Brambles.
And then Cook's Academy, that was the beginning of...
I was in Delgany at the time.
Right.
And it was when they were starting off, so I kind of wrote their first few classes.
And that must have been a real taster of, I can do this.
And I tested, I was still living at home with my parents, and I did a few classes in my mum and dad's house just to see if I'd like it. And I always loved that side of things.
Nice.
Teaching. So then I had the twins, and I took redundancy. I was with Vodafone at the time, took redundancy from there, and had the twins, and then I set this up from here. And I kind of started slowly, and it's just built over the years.
It's been to my mind, it's a really strong presence in the town, because you're sort of aware of Ciara's Kitchen. I know that even going back when I sort of first touched base with you, you had 60 kind of, on your menu, you had various different kind of dishes, but you're adding all the time. I know that you're upcoming now, you've got 7 dinners for 7, which that's the Snow White menu for short people, right? 7 dinners for 7. But you've also got Fend for Yourself, which is for teens and college.
It's all driven by customer demand. It's what people want. So I rarely come up with what topics are coming up next. But I know September, everyone wants the quick dinners, back to school, easy, quick, healthy meals that, they can churn out quickly, that. And I think where I differ from other cooking schools is that I use Des Doyle, the butcher, but everything's from Tesco or Dunn's.
Right, so it's local in the sense that you're getting it here, and it's not like they can't get it as well. Because that is always a trick. If you're watching on Yellow Lawson, that you're thinking, this is lovely, but I've no idea where I get half of those ingredients. I don't live where you live.
I never wanted that. I always wanted just quick, home cooking. And I do so many cheats that it's some people are like, oh my God, I can't believe you're taking out that pack out of the fridge. But I just feel it's just real life food. We're all so busy that people just want things that, that they can churn out quickly on a weeknight. And
now, we should say 2012, you took the big step to form Ciara's Kitchen. How big a step was it? I don't know whether you really kind of had a few sleepless nights or whether it was just a natural progression.
I did until I set up officially. I was like, am I doing the right thing? But then I got the insurance all sorted, and I got the health board approval, and just things kind of fell into place. The demand was there, which was great, so I didn't really worry about that, and it was from home, so I wasn't paying huge overheads.
Great.
And nice husband who supported me.
Nice, well-fed husband who supported. I saw him lying in the garden there trying to work out off a dinner.
He's on that lawnmower every day.
There you go.
I know, but he's great help. And I suppose I had the twins, so I wanted to stay at home with them.
Right.
So when I started small, I really did. I kind of did 1 class a week, for years.
Right.
And
did you sort of feel it from the start that it all worked, or were you too busy to sort of stop and figure out whether the plan was going to plan?
Well, there was never really a plan.
Right.
There still isn't. I don't know. It just keeps going and going. It's great. I suppose I'm so happy that people like it and they keep coming back, and it's great, really. I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I think that really comes across.
Great.
And I'm here by myself all day chopping and preparing, and then people come in at 7:30, and I'm so happy to see people, and I just can't stop talking.
So would that sort of have effect on the fact that people who make illicit booze at home, they just don't drink that much when they have their free time because they have so much of it? I don't know whether you feel you've had your friends in, you've had dinners, you've had the full on. So I don't know whether you just sit down with a pot noodle and say, that's me, done for the night.
I remember in Ballymaloe, I love super noodles. I remember in Ballymaloe, Darina walking down towards the house, and I could see her walking down towards the kitchen that we lived in, you know, and I had super noodles in the pot after a full day in Ballymaloe. She was eating so well. And I was like, oh my God, I had to run up to my bedroom with a pot in one hand, hide it. I'm trying to get rid of the super noodle smell. Oh, I do. I like, you know, I try to be good Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday.
There you go. That's the plan. And I do think that as much as, you know, whatever the taste and the nutrients, if they're there or not, there's something psychologically necessary about the guilty pleasure every now and again. You know, you have to have a takeaway. You have to, you know, you can't be thinking, well, I'm just going to eat the happy pear healthy food diet for the next 20 years and see how I look. No. You need to sort of indulge. You know, go into Jokers, grab the finest they can give you.
I kind of think it's good for my business too. I'm like not one to judge, you know, eat what you like.
Big time.
I think if you can, you know, if you can live kind of good 70% of the time.
Now, it seems to be, as I said, that in my mind that you're just firmly established, and it seems to be this solid kind of, you know, name around the town, and you're off to Lanzarote now in November. I saw a little post. Does it feel, I don't know whether one moves up the food chain literally, or whether you sort of, again, maybe it's that thing you're too busy to sort of look around you and figure out, how far have I come now with this? Because you seem to be busy.
Yeah, no, I never really think like that. Yeah, I just keep looking forward, really.
But that's like that Lanzarote kick is...
That's great. That's Damien Hall. He's a local guy. He lives in Greystones too. He has a personal training company called Personal Training, and I know him for years. So the opportunity came up to go French chef there for 8 days. How bad?
Nice.
Can't really turn that down. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, we'll put the links into to your main website, and just we'll remind people, obviously, as classes come up. Is it, when you say full time now, would you kind of give yourself time away, because it's all the love and all the preparation and all the work that goes into it? I'm sure it's quite exhausting. But I don't know what way it works. Is it 5 days a week, 3 days a week?
I'm trying to keep it to 3 demos a week, which would be 4 days full time work.
Right. Well, that's good.
So, yeah, you know, I might take a step up a bit and kind of go full time, but I'll wait until the kids are a bit older. They're 8 now. Right. So I feel they're getting a bit more independent. I can kind of work a bit harder. I really want to write a book, so that's the next step.
Oh, wow, of course.
Block out a month shortly and just really focus on that. So I do have still things I want to do, and I feel I never make time for them. So yeah, we'll see.
We have become, Greystones is known now as a foodie town. Obviously there's the constant joking about the amount of coffee shops, but we are very much a foodie town. And I think the world is leaning that way because of the internet. These are things you can't buy online. You can't just go and buy a really gorgeous meal from Amazon and have it delivered to, within, so this...
It's a fabulous place to live now, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm guessing for you it's sort of a little bit of a paradise kind of blossoming, because this is your world, and suddenly everyone around you loves it too. And
it's great. When I first moved here, because, Ronan's from here, when I first moved here, I was like, I don't know, will I stay here? I want to go back to Dublin. And, I wouldn't go anywhere now. I just love this area. It is
special.
All the young families, and you go down to Air Oak, the kids are in camp there, and, you know everyone, and it's just really friendly and nice around, and you have loads of lovely, nice customers.
I suppose to wrap up, I don't know if there is such a thing as a very guilty pleasure. Is there any food stuff? I'm trying to think now. What I pretty much eat anything, and
yeah, me too.
My girlfriend's the same. So it's hard for me to think of something that I shouldn't eat, because I'll try. I'll just think that's grand. Like I was gonna hit you with pot noodles, but you're fine with pot noodles. But with the takeaways, I mean, there is a great, there's a great kind of selection of them. And
I like Tiffin. Sorry, I just love
There you go. He's doing well, all right.
Sunil and Lena, they're so lovely. So, yeah.
That's your favourite.
The first time we got a takeaway, Freddie came to the door, and he was about 3 at the time, and he was like, Mummy, there's a man at the door with our dinner in a brown bag. What's that? Couldn't get over it, but no, we do get takeaways too, yeah.
Yeah, well, as I said, beautiful place and beautiful work. Yeah, and we will keep people up to date with all the, I mean, it is such a beautiful
September
class.
Schedule, so.
Rock and roll. Yeah. And the 7 dinners for 7, that's not for dwarfs, right? That's...
Yeah, so I'll do like meat free Monday and takeaway Friday and Sunday dinner with dessert and
nice.
I usually stick to about 8 recipes. This is the sample of like what people
all right. So it'd be like when you say 7 for 7, it's like for 7 days, is it? Like it's a kind of a right, there you go. Nice idea.
Yeah, so it's good, everyone sits around and they eat everything as it's prepared, and
I would think it's hard to get people to go home sometimes, because just good food has a habit of nailing me to the floor, and I just have that feeling of I'd like to nap now for maybe an hour or two, and then we'll watch a classic movie, and then maybe I'll go. You should have hammocks out in the garden, just lure them outside.
Yeah, I know, a few little yurts out there.
That'll work.